I'm Paul Schulman. I've been a designer for 15 years. I love a good design challenge. I mean, it's important that everything looks great, but equally as important, if not more, is the clients really have a space that works for how they use it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I get the keys back, and so they need to be happy. The living room is really about spending time with people, you know, sort of connecting.
This week's inspiration, a mod living room in Lincoln Park.
I'm not going to quit my day job for the piano. But luckily, my day job today consists of learning as much about this room as possible so that I can go out and try to find some similar pieces to help people figure out how to recreate the look in their own home. But the first thing I have to do is learn about it.
Well, as you see, it is partly defined by the fact that there's this upright piano in the middle of this big wall.
Yeah, that's a great part, but I don't think I'm going to go out shopping for a piano. Was that already there, I assume?
That actually was one of the pieces that we started with. The room is actually pretty square, which is great for a living room. Because it's sort of big, we were able to do a sofa on one side and a couple of lounge chairs on the other side.
All right, so we have a few different types of seating. We've got the sofa, we've got a couple chairs, we've got even a bench here.
Right. Oftentimes you see people use either benches or ottoman to transition from living area to fireplace. Well, here, because we really wanted the focus of the room to be the sitting area and the piano.
Where I can entertain the masses with my skills.
That's right, where you can tickle away.
Tickle the ivory.
That's right.
That was the easy part, but now let's talk a little bit about the way things look. What else do I need to think about that you've got going on in this room?
There definitely is a mid-century modern influence running through a lot of this. As you can see, the sofa, the lines on the sofa particularly, really simple lines, a lot of attention to proportion, look very mid-century modern. Now, it's actually a new piece.
But now, like the table next to it, for example, is that a vintage piece?
This is actually an antique piece and work perfectly as a side table.
What about the chairs? Are those new too?
No, these are actually vintage. We had to do a little reconstructive surgery.
It had some work done.
It did have some work done.
It looks great. It just looks refreshed, well rested.
Yes, that's right. Well, it's augmented, actually. The other thing about these chairs that were so great is that the backs look great. And because you see the backs when you enter the room, you know, it's like this this beautiful texture, and the framework of the chairs are really beautiful, so it just worked out perfectly. That tone of that table is also sort of mid-century. It's sort of looks like a walnut with a little bit of color on it.
Oh, okay, so you see the wood grain,
Exactly.
It's a little more exposed.
You see some richness there, yeah.
Got it. We've got a little bit of modern, a little bit of mid-century modern. There's a little traditional maybe happening here too?
Exactly, exactly. So this was actually owned by the client before we even started.
Is this like a dining table?
It is a drop leaf table, yeah.
Oh.
The last thing you need to think about is color. And I think it actually is better if everything doesn't match perfectly.
Perfect, because I'm really bad at matching.
That's even better.
I'm gonna ace this one.
Right, and I think that, you know, in here we went with an earth tone palette. So the oranges, the olives, the taupes.
Are we throwing in a few little pops of color?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Okay.
Not making everything match. If without the vivid orange and the vivid yellow, and without some of the other vivid colors in here, the room feels a little too matchy, feels a little too stale. That's the kind of thing that really warms it up.
All right, so I'm gonna go start my shopping, and I'm gonna be back in a few days to show you what I found to hopefully help some people recreate this look by shopping around Chicago.
Sounds great.
All right, so I'll see you in a few days, and just, you know, think good thoughts for me, because I have a feeling this is gonna be tough.
I have confidence.
All right, thank you.